Hi everyone, I'm Amy and it's time for Super Skills. Let's start our day with the hello song. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to say hello. Today we are going to talk about the letter B. I'm going to talk to you about how to make the letter B, what sound the letter B makes, and then I'm going to read you a story. So let's take a look at our uppercase B and our lowercase b. For the uppercase B, we start at the top and we make a big line down. And then we pick up our pencil. And we do a half circle here at the top. And then another half circle here at the bottom to make the uppercase B. Then with our lowercase b, we start at the top. We're going to make a big line down, and then we're going to make a circle just like this on the side of the line. And that is how we make a lowercase b. Now the letter B makes the sound B, B. And there are lots of words that begin with the B sound. Let me show you a couple of them. We have a ball. B, ball starts with B. Also we have a box. And this little guy here, B, B, is a bee. So all three of these start with the B sound. The ball, the box, and the bee. Now, our word for the day is bird. Bird starts with the sound B. And I'm going to read you a story about a very special bird. The title of our story is Bird Hugs, and this book was written by the author Jed Adamson. On our first page, we meet our bird. If you look at his face, you can see he doesn't look very happy. In fact, he's going, he's sighing. Something must be wrong. Let's see if we can find out what's going on with this bird. Ooh! Bernard wasn't like other birds. Take a look at this guy. When he was a baby, he didn't know he was different. Look, Orla, I am a bat. Life was simple and fun. Then Bernard's friends began to fly. No matter how many times he tried, it was something he couldn't seem to do himself. All of his friends were flying, and he was having trouble. One by one, the other birds left in search of new places. I'll learn to fly soon, won't I? Said Bernard. Of course you will, said Orla. But the next day she was gone too, and Bernard was all alone. Maybe he just needed a little help. That's right, Lawrence, said Bernard. Keep pecking that rope. So his friend Lawrence is trying to help him. He's trying to make a slingshot and see if launching his friend into the air will help him to learn how to fly. I wonder if it's going to work. I'm flying! He's up in the air. Oh, but then he wasn't. Look what happened. He ended up on the ground. Embarrassed by his useless wings, he tried to make them smaller. Then he wondered if it might be better to pretend that they were just something else. A scarf, for instance, or a nice big bow. It was hopeless. Bernard felt utterly sorry for himself. He found a lonely branch and made it his home. Days turned into nights, and seasons changed. Different creatures came and went. Bernard barely noticed them. But then one evening he heard a sound. It says right here, sob. Somebody was crying. It was coming from someone even more dejected than Bernard. Now, dejected just means really, really sad. I feel very sad and I'm not sure why, wailed the orangutan. Bernard jumped up and with his long wings gave the orangutan a big hug. Look at how he wrapped those wings around him. The orangutan stopped crying and sighed. After a while, he stood up and stretched. That's made me feel a whole lot better, he said. Thank you, kind bird. Back at his branch, Bernard thought that maybe his wings were good for something after all. For the first time in a long while, he slept soundly and woke refreshed, which was just as well. We want hugs. Look what he woke up to the next morning. All of his friends are in line for hugs. Bernard hugged a bear and a rabbit and a whole group of birds. He hugged a very ticklish crocodile and a very slippery frog. Even a worm wanted a hug, which you'll agree was pretty brave of the worm. Now every morning without fail there was a line. The animals told Bernard their problems. It can be lonely at the top of the food chain. It's hard being the youngest. And he listened. Sleeping during the day makes me feel like I'm missing all the fun. Bernard didn't feel sorry for himself anymore, and all the hugging had made his wings feel strong. Maybe even strong enough for flying. This is amazing, he says. But then, crash. There's more to life than flying, I suppose, said Bernard. Much more. And here are all of his friends. Play with us, Bernard. Hello, Bernard. Hey, Bernard. They're all lining up to get hugs from their friend Bernard. Bernard discovered that helping the other animals had given him something he hadn't expected: new friends. And friends can help you do anything. Whee! You can see that his friends all joined together to help him flap those wings and fly. The end. So my friend Mary is going to come and she's going to show us a bird activity that we're going to do today.
Hi everyone, this is Mary and I'm going to show you how to make our little number bird here. And after he's made, we can play some games with him. Okay. So the first thing in your pack that you will see is circles. We've actually got 10 circles. 5 of them have numbers on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5 are plain. Okay? And we'll see what we're going to do with those in a minute. We also have 5 clothespins. We have 5 feathers to cut out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and 5 little orange beaks. You see what shape those beaks are? Triangle shapes. And 5 white parts of the eye, and 5 little black pupils for the eye. Okay? And we're going to put those together to give our bird some eyes. So let's make our bird. The first thing we're going to do is cut out our wings. And remember how we use our scissors? We put our thumb through the top hole and our first 2 fingers through the bottom hole, and these other 2 fingers we just tuck away. And remember what we always have to do when we cut, we keep our thumbs up when we cut. Okay, I'm gonna hold this feather with one hand. I've got my thumb up here too, and I'm gonna cut this out. You know which color I started with? It's my favorite color, pink. All right, now we're going to give this feather some feathery edges. Let me show you how to do that. We're just going to take our scissors and snip all the way around our feather. And that's going to make it look more like a real bird's feather. Okay, so we'll do up one side and down the other side. And they don't have to be real even. Just do the best you can. Okay? Now, I'll show you what the next step is going to be. This is called snipping, when you just make little cuts like this. That makes the feather look a little more 3D too. Okay, so we've got this one snipped, and we're going to do the same thing with all the other feathers, all 4 of the other ones. We're going to cut it out, and then we're going to snip around the edges. And after we've done that, we're going to take our clothespin, and from home, you're going to need to add some glue. And it's for this part of the bird, we need to use school glue or liquid glue. So we're going to put a stripe of glue right down the middle of that clothespin, and we're going to take our feather and put it right on there. And it's going to stay the best if you hold it on and count to 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, give that a few minutes to dry. Now while that's drying, let's take one of our circles. We'll start with the number 1, and we'll take a circle with a number and a circle with no number. And we're going to glue those together so that they make a stronger bird body. Okay, so you could use your school glue, or you could use a glue stick, whichever you'd like. I'm going to use my liquid glue, my school glue. Okay, I'm going to squeeze it out here. Okay. Made kind of a spiral design. Now I'm going to put my other circle right on top of it, and I'm going to hold it. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I've got a nice thick bird body with a number 1 on it. The next thing let's put on, let's give him a beak. And we can use liquid glue for that, but I think I might just use my glue stick for that. I'm going to put the beak right about here. All right, there we go. Actually, since that one is kind of there, I'm going to move my beak over to this side. It gives me a little more room for my feathers when I put them on. Okay. Next thing, How about his eye? We're only seeing him from the side, so he really only needs one eye. And I'm going to use my glue stick right in the middle of my white. I'm going to put on the black part. And I'm going to add that to my bird body. There. Wherever you think it would look good. There. I'm going to press that down. Looks like my bird's all done except for his feathers, right? So remember, you're going to make 5 feathers. But how many feathers do you think this bird should have? He's got a number 1 on him. I think maybe 1 feather. And now, do you know how to use a clothespin? You take your thumb, put that on the top part, take your pointer finger, put it on the bottom part, and you can use your next finger to help if you want. Then squeeze. That's going to open that clothespin, and you can clip it right on this bird. So there's our number 1 bird. We've given him 1 feather. Yep. You remember our number 3 bird that we started with has 1, 2, 3 feathers. Let's see, I've got a number 2 bird that was made before. I think I'll give him a red feather, and I'm going to borrow a pink feather from my number 3 bird and clip that on there. Okay, so when you've got all 5 of your birds done and all of your feathers made, take some time to match up the number of feathers with the number that's written on the bird. Okay, so you've got some math birds here that are good for practicing numbers and counting. Okay. I hope you had fun making the birds, and I hope you have fun playing with them. Amy and I had a lot of fun with you today. We will see you next time. Now let's sing our goodbye song. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone.